trying to cover her ass right here for the fans.
I just got worried about like the whole no preserves, because they burn.
Oh boy, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're back with some regular OBS streams. Been a little bit of time since I've done a OBS stream. I went to the last time I did one. Hopefully the audio's coming through. Sorry in advance. Sorry. I just want to make sure everything is running right. NLN. Yo, no, he's live. Let's go, W. Hey, Damius. Don't worry, Damius. I'm alive. I just needed. To be fair, I didn't need a bit of break after doing what is it? Fuck, I can't even think. I'm so tired right now. After doing Friday, doing like a 7-hour stream, and then Sunday into Monday doing a 9-hour stream. I think I need a break. I need a break. I need a little bit of break. I need 2 days. Wait, no, was it? Did I stream Monday? I must have taken 2 days off. I'm gonna be real with you. I must have taken 2 days off. I needed some time. I'm alive. Don't worry. We'll have a panel stream up as always. We'll have that up later on the day, probably around 6 o'clock. We'll have a panel stream and see how things go. I just want to do some OBS stuff because it's been a while since I've done some OBS. Wait a minute, was that me? Hold the fuck up. Wait a minute. Was that me? Was that my video? Hold up. Am I internet famous? Wait a minute. Was that one of my videos? Give it a second, guys. I'm pretty sure that was one of my videos that I uploaded now. I see you guys over in the LC. I see you. Oh, yeah, that's me. That's me right there. What the fuck? That is me. Oh, shit. I mean, felt it. Oh, look. I did it. I'm famous. I'm on a big time stream with 372 views. I'm so fucking tired. Oh boy.
Because I'm a piece of shit.
Oh boy. Let's look at it. Let me see. Dom Mason Dog was streaming too. Did it look like Dommy was still just streaming? Wait, did it?
No.
Okay.
Play that song that I sent you?
Yeah, give me one.
Give me one more time, baby, come back. Call out Scooty so he shows up to panel. Scotty? Oh yeah, don't worry, I'll call out Scotty again next time. There gotta be a way to drag his drunken ass out here. At some point, I'll call his ass out. See. Let me look up Dalmatian Dog stream the last couple days.
Over here, that's the funny part. I'm being funny.
Oh, Sunny's streaming? Oh, I didn't know Sunny was streaming. Johnny Salami, Nightmare Court. That looks Johnny. Jesus Christ. It looked so. Did Mrs. So I'm looking at this. It looked like Mrs. Stinky Brew had an open panel. What the fuck happened here? Hold up. Let me look at this shit. So the only thing I like about StreamYard is that they'll focus on the one window and you can have other window pop up. OBS is a little tricky. Let me look at more shit. Let me look at more shit to look at. Shit, we got some articles we can read. Trust me, we'll have a nice little stream. A little bit of article reading. Oh my god. Let me see what else was happening the last couple days. Cause I've been kind of not dead. I wouldn't say I've been necessarily dead. Just more like taking it easy, taking some time off. You know, before my health collapses on me again. But health is for the weak. We don't need health. Guys, just remember, you don't need to be healthy. You can be You could be like Ben and Grace store. But window's open? No, it's not open. But also, I just recently figured out that you can do vertical stuff on StreamYard. So I guess one of these days we got to do a vertical StreamYard stream. That would be fun to watch.
What's up, Roxy?
Let me see. Where was Domination there? Dommy.
Fucking much. I had a feeling that's what it was going to be.
Okay.
Got Miss Savage in the house. Hey.
Okay. So let me grab this.
When Savage called me a dickhead that one day, I had this shit up here.
Let me grab no too. We don't need to do multi-stream.
That's funny, Sal. That's beautiful.
I mean, there's really no reason to because like buy some Adderall. That's what you can save all night and get meth. Get meth.
Y'all were live last night.
No, no, Why am I calling you Dalmatian? No, Damian, we can't do that. Let me see. Okay, so let's see what's happening with Dami. Forgot I have the volume down.
Balling out, man. Look at how massive that Toyota Tundra is. U.S. Army.
52 views. That's weird. Usually Dalmatian pulls in a lot of views. Usually, yeah. Is it me or had Dalmatian views have dropped recently? That's weird. I mean, to be fair, maybe I'm being over. Maybe.
This works.
I gotta be careful with copyrighted music. So, warning him about. I was warning him about the copyrighted music, but Dami. Oh, Dawn of War? Dawn of War releases remaster? I may have to get that. Hey, Damius. Do you want a Dawn of War stream, Damius? Do you want a Dawn of War stream? Do you want me to play? Do you want me to play Dawn of
I
War?
was there since the day Becky arrived. I was there. Ken literally kept his word. He don't want to be in the same room as her. He wasn't rude to her. He wasn't disrespectful to her. She went to, oh, hey, Ken. He was like, what's up? And he was gone.
Yep.
Like, you didn't see them together. And he kept his word. Good on you.
The thing is this, like, I'm not gonna call out.
Let me see. Did it get released? I'm looking at over here at Steam right now.
That's just how I am. So, all right, let's get this thing started.
Let me see.
Y'all got valuable
Community.
time, and y'all are spending here with us, so I appreciate you.
I'm leaving this bitch tomorrow.
Oh yeah, you're going on vacation. I hope you have a great vacation, honestly.
A little mini vacation. The big vacation's in September.
The big vacation in September.
Yeah,
That's fun.
me and my wife got a big vacation.
Let me see. Yeah, Warhammer Dawn of War Affinity comes out.
All right.
I'll need a break.
Comes out on the day. Okay, that makes sense.
Planned to go to Salem. If you're anywhere near there, let me know.
Ooh,
Maybe
that
we'll
would be
do
fun.
That's up her
Yes,
wheelhouse.
I'm down.
That is up
Yes,
her
She's
I
up.
love that.
She's up. She's ready to go.
Begged her. She's like, no, you ain't gonna. You look at the booger bear on you, girl. I'm like Savage. She's like, nope.
Is that a slur? Isn't Bugbear a slur?
No, I've always wanted to go.
Hell yeah. All right. Let's get into this thing.
It also looks like Deadman. It looks like Deadman and Ava are fighting with each other. Cause would anybody fill me in on that lately? Cause I've not been paying attention. I've been kind of dead.
Maybe this can work. Because you have to understand, on Milkers, you were the talent. You brought in the fucking money, and you know you did. So, what really made you think? All right, let me delve into this thing and let's see what happens.
Becky and I, when she's joined Milkers, we would, talk a lot, and I don't know what it was about what Becky had so against Keem.
Mm-hmm.
But little things, she would cry like, I'm sick of being treated like this, and I was sick of it too. I was sick of having host after host. Anyway, I did not quit because of Becky, because she quit and it was a plan. Okay. I quit because she literally cried her heart out to me. I felt so bad for her, how they laughed at her dying uncle and all this. And now you got to remember, I'm thinking this was a man she took care of. She was close to, and they are giving her a hard time not to even see him.
Yep.
Okay, so
Excellent aside, let me pull up some articles we can read. There's an article from Dextor that I've been wanting to read that caught my attention.
Then she contacted me. I'm like, Becky, I'm just done. I can't with the mental shit. I can't. She's like, no, Roxy, that's what you don't understand. I want to build a network where every channel, the small channels, I want to help grow.
That's what we need to do, Damien. We need to build like a network, right? We'll have to build a network channel. So you see, it could be just me. It could be me. It could be me. It could be D-Dog. You know what? We can even add
Nothing without
Jer.
you, so much like to it. Little by little, I see.
Is this why we can do Jeremy? We can have a little network. Call it the Boyd Network. You know, we can have Ava. We can have Rudy.
I talk call Savage Savage.
It'd be like Low Angels, but maybe a little bit more effective.
I'm not doing it.
And I'm joking. I actually did enjoy Low Angels.
I was here fucking long before fucking LCU. There ain't no way. I'm like, so we're gonna put a dent in that right now. Nope, she's not getting it. And then she wanted, as Roxy and late night with Roxy and Savage, her not being present at all. Me and Savage doing the whole sleep stream, everything. She wanted 50%, and then us getting 25%.
Rip.
He's crazy.
That's what I'm feeling like. Damn, are we back in the LCU? Like, are we talking to Keen? Like, what's going on here? So yeah, everything just started feeling really weird.
No, I'm with you.
So
She did try to copy him and a lot of his methods,
scary.
like with the whole Discord setup, literally the way that she was trying to run shit. It was crazy.
To the T.
Oh yeah,
Oh, boy.
you could tell.
She's
Let
like
me
a
see.
little
What
mini-me
can we
version
read
of
about?
he was
What
trying
can
to
we
be,
read
and she
yeah.
is
behind the
villain.
scenes?
Yep. So Savage, we all know before you, I guess, left the LCU, whatever you want to call it, right? There's different sides to the story. Whenever you left, you and Becky had beef. It was
She
bad.
was fired under false pretenses. Sorry, go ahead. I lost my co-host.
I got you. No, I got you. So I'm not going to ask, was that real? Because it genuinely seemed very real. But when you went over there to work for her, I was like, what the fuck is actually going on? Is this Inception? Is this a whole different universe that I don't know about? So how was that handled? Because you as a person, you're a straight
interesting.
shooter. We all know you're a straight shooter. How was that dealt with before you agreed to go work for her? Because that shocked everybody.
We had to have conversation.
Oh yeah, that's an interesting article that would get Ruska and get crack attention. One dealing with Nvidia, another one dealing with Google. Quite interesting development we have here.
This morning, I took my opportunity
Hey.
to pour salt in some wounds.
Hell yeah, fuck it.
Actually, we have a lot of fucking shit to
You were
read.
saying the
I'm not
other
gonna
day,
lie.
Miami's my friend, and I totally get that.
Yeah. They're
So-
saying I'm low. I don't know.
bitter.
Am I low?
I turned you up. I turned you up.
Okay.
She's so
The
low.
one that took their shot.
No, I get you. I definitely get you. And I mean, I know
Low energy today.
obviously the chemistry.
Yeah, even a little low energy.
The three of you were on with her. It was so different. You could tell you weren't really
Yeah.
yourselves. I think so. I felt like there was always an underlying.
Ooh, it's actually me.
Like, what if this bitch fucks me over?
What if this just fucked me over? I think everybody feels that sometimes.
Because it was just too much for me. Like, I already cut off some of
Rainy.
my daughter's work stuff for her. I let a lot of stuff go in my personal life for her. And then when I could do it,
I wonder if my questions would be up. Because I was. I wonder.
It was so hard on me. So she was like, "Well, how about if we do a three thing?" I'm like, "Great, I'll try that."
Mhm.
But then when we got together, the dynamic, it's like I see Becky picking at me and the little jabs and the little bullying, and it's like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah,
Like, this is not what I signed up for.
not at all.
So I don't know.
Just slowly unraveling the craziness and the bullshit.
Yeah.
She can't
And
keep
then-
it hidden for long, that's for sure.
Once I seen that script with Twiggy and them, like, I know I'm not stupid. You may be able to fool the supporters and the fans who that shit was from, Mike. And then don't let Roxy in because she's not willing to work with me. That's when I'm like, you know what? I'm done. I busted my ass in IRLs. I'm not doing it no more. I'll sit here and do exactly what you do. And that's what I did.
Yeah.
She didn't like that was her excuse for firing me.
So huge ass with the 10. Savage and Roxy are definitely missing the LCU. Not enough laughter for her. Not enough laughter here anymore. So just want to let you know. Yeah.
No, I miss you guys together.
Yeah.
I wish we could get Milkers back with you two on it.
That would be fun. That would be fun.
I know right now.
I'm gonna look at something.
My schedule is so terrible.
Had Ruby was streaming yesterday, right? I'm trying to look at everything because I'm so out of loop.
And
I've
when
just
I
been
do it,
so out of
I
loop with everything that I have no clue what's going on.
maybe in the future, something
Oh, it looks like Ruby's
once
streaming
they're there, being a little
today.
more Savage, we're in the talks now. It'll be
Uh,
nice to do.
Oh yeah.
That'll be awesome.
No, she's not.
I love you two together.
She's not streaming today.
Your guys'
Yeah, we love
dynamic is so fucking
What
amazing.
the hell? This week has been something for everybody, I guess.
Especially after
It
Fat
comes
Camp.
natural too.
Especially once y'all met and we're in person doing stuff together. Because, I mean, like, I'll say this. Me and Beans, right, after we met in person, it was a little bit better. Right?
Oh,
'Cause
yeah,
You build
yeah.
that dynamic personally. So,
Mhm.
so Savage, for obviously there's two people here in the LCU you got heat with, right? So outside of those two, what else could possibly bring you back if Roxy agreed to come back? Because again, y'all are just fucking magic, and A lot of fans miss you guys. A lot of fans miss you guys. So outside of the two people, Savage, is there anything else that could bring you back?
Probably not. I think
Okay.
me and King are just gonna just like remain friends or whatever.
I got you.
Friends with benefits.
Better off that way.
I just noticed a lot of people in the Discord were saying that they missed you guys together, and fans here are saying they missed you guys together. So there's the only reason why I brought it up, right? So
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
The only
really
way
don't
I
have
would
much
ever
to
come
do.
back, the only way I would ever consider coming back is if Savage came back.
Oh, so my questions were brought in.
Yeah.
And like I said, I love Keem. I respect Keem. I thank him for everything he's done for me. I want to keep open line of communication. We live in the same state. I just don't want to have trouble with anybody.
I got you.
Don't.
I agree. So speaking of coming back or whatever, one of the big cases for I try not to say her name. I don't want to give her that. I call her the Hog. Right? She's the Hog. So a lot
I've
of
seen you do the hog farm.
it's
that shit is
That's awesome.
good.
people love that
I
shit.
like it.
Because I always say, all right, Chad, y'all want to see the Hog Farm or the real one? Y'all let me know. So I'll play the Hog Farm while she talks. It's fucking.
I love it. Yeah.
Well, the pigs are a lot easier to look at than her.
Yeah, and they actually are cute. But when the big one is in the shit and the muck and all that, and then that little one comes up, that's her and Thick Gemini, bro. Every single time I see them together, that's her or whatever.
Ha!
No,
But-
literally.
Oh my
But-
God.
But speaking of, I guess all that, fraud is the biggest thing and the biggest topic with you ladies and her right now. And
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is what I want to
I'm
know.
not asking for leaked DMs, as for anything. Is there anything remotely tied that she could bring up to show? Because the burden of proof is on her if this ever comes up. Anything that can tie y'all talking to Keem whatsoever.
Not on my end.
Okay.
No.
Because
Every
I
single
believe
word I
them.
spoke to him. Yeah, every single word I spoke to him, she knew about. I wouldn't even answer calls. I have a list of missed calls that I would screenshot. Look, he's calling me. Look, he's calling me. And just say we were to talk. There was never a word spoken, not even a verbal agreement. Okay, let's agree. We don't talk to King. We don't talk to anybody. That was never even talked about.
okay.
So if anything, if that was an agreement, she reneged on her part because she was working the whole time with them.
Mm-hmm.
And I have the recordings begging her, Becky, please just tell me if you work with them because I'll walk.
Yep.
She promised me she wasn't.
Yep.
I
And
beg you. I beg
she's
you.
the one that frauded y'all. Because
Yes.
she's the one that was colluding and doing all that dumb shit, and it was on Cafe, and I lost my shit. I was about to leave this motherfucker. I was so fucking heated.
So fucking infuriated, dude.
Yep.
I thought it was a fucking joke at first.
Oh wait, it's Ruby streaming? Oh, it's just a reality TV kick streamers and rogue producer new video premiere. Let's go check that out. Actually, I think we could use a multi-window now. Hold up, guys. We may actually need to use the multi-window. Oh wait, no, that's not what I want to do.
Fuck you.
Spaghettironi.
You know,
Spaghettironi.
got the channel back.
Alright, sorry. Alright. There it is.
Go to work after that. I was so fucking mad. I'm glad I didn't talk to nobody.
Give me a second.
Snap.
Boom.
But
I was disgusted. Yeah, after Becky fired me and stuff, like King called me within minutes.
Okay, so we can capture
She called
this.
me before she even put the post up in her
What?
Discord.
Can I not do
We
that?
parted on good terms, and she wishes me nothing but the best. And he was
Can we
like,
not do this?
Oh, you got.
Yes, we could do it.
And then when I found that out,
There we go. The future is now, boomers.
I can't stand you. You're lying.
So here we got
You could've told me
Rudy's
what was going on.
little stream.
You know, if you
We
wanted
got
to-
we got the LCU stuff.
Okay, good. Thank
Yep.
God.
The future is now, boomers.
so
Peace was restored.
exactly. No, I mean we got our channel back. We got our 4 hours.
Look at young Ruby. Look at young Ruby.
Enough for me.
Look at that young Ruby.
Bad when Mike fired you, I'm like, holy shit, how is Kim allowing
Dude.
this? Like,
Yeah, no.
that was
So
bad.
so Savage, you were technically still employed when all this shit went down, right? Do you remember? You froze.
Oh, I was like, hello, Savage, ADD.
Oh
Yep.
no.
She froze.
Did we
Savage
lose
Yeah,
her?
She gone.
she was employed. I think she did 2 shows without me after I was fired. She did 2 shows with Becky.
All right, let me bring her back up.
Sorry.
Nah, you're good.
You're good.
Everything was getting a little fuzzy. We're getting thunderstorms right now, so yeah.
Yeah,
it's-
we are too.
Okay.
We are too.
So
God.
Savage, when the Hawk came up on Cafe and did that reveal and all that bullshit, were you still employed or whatever with her?
Yeah.
You were. Did she say
Yeah.
anything to you about this? Like, this is the plan. This is what's going to happen.
Well, I thought I knew she was going to go. But I didn't really think it was gonna be legit until I saw where she did it.
Yep.
You
Let
know
me
what I'm saying?
see.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see something. What's this even about?
Sites like YouTube filled in the reality gap that people were left craving.
Oh.
Anyone with a laptop could upload videos sharing their lives, and YouTube's popularity skyrocketed. In 2011, YouTube introduced a live streaming feature, allowing creators to interact with their audiences in real time. It was primarily used by gamers at first, but with time, more and more people explored the medium to share their lives. And that brings us to the current day, where IRL streaming is a massive industry. Much like when the Osbournes opened their homes to us in 2002, we were back to feeling like we were witnessing and partaking in something real. This was a different experience than watching traditional movies or scripted TV shows. But much like reality TV in the early 2000s, people noticed what got attention and sought to cultivate those features in themselves. I got into IRL streaming about a year ago, and I've noticed more and more of what I call, quote, rogue producing. An example of this, I know a streamer who gets in frequent DV spats with his ex-girlfriend, and a rogue...
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know that when Ruby's not on stream and she's actually doing something like this, I didn't realize that she has sort of that calm, relaxing. I don't know what kind of voice you want to call it. Very commentary-like voice. I mean, I feel like I've heard it before in the past, but to not to this extent. Honestly, you know what would elevate this just a little bit? If she got a good mic. Watch it. Let's continue watching.
Anything but. Do you see the problem here? The ambiguity, lack of regulation, and financial incentives make this industry ripe for bad actors. Kick in particular has capitalized off of high-profile domestic violence incidents and the moral ambiguity of streaming culture. On YouTube, Keemstar has popularized this style of content, profiting off of severely mentally ill and desperate people without a lick of suspicion because people assume the show is scripted. It's scripted when it's convenient, it's real when it's convenient. Technically, all interaction is a performance in a way. I don't know how to untangle personality from persona. I try to be as authentic as possible on my channel, but I know that's not everyone's goal line, and that's okay. But much like we need help deciphering deepfakes from real images, I think we need to find more clarity around what is real versus what is not online, and online content creation as well. It's only going to get harder to know what is true and real in this world. Whether or not we survive the epistemic crisis is yet to be determined. Thanks for watching. This is from my Substack. I've been trying to get back into writing more consistently, and it's fun to turn them into...
Does anybody have the Ruby Substack?
So,
I guess we can...
hit the like button if you enjoyed. Comment for that. Subscribe. And it's Method and Barbie on Substack, but I think if you just search Ruby Space Sec. Anyway, I hope you have a lovely day. Goodbye.
Interesting. I can't believe the Grace and Ruby brick was burned almost a whole year ago. Yeah, I'm actually quite surprised that I think about it. Like, I believe if it's a whole year ago, so it was a year ago to the date, right? That was the same time I kind of got back to, like, social media things like X, Discord, YouTube. Like, there was a period of time, I don't really talk about it, where I was completely off of everything. Like, I was just off of everything for a while. And to know that at that same period, it would... Oh, wait a minute. I just made it worse on myself. We can just go back to the original. No, damn it! Okay, we can just do this.
I had to finally learn that, but it is...
I didn't realize that, actually.
And that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, right. Is that gonna affect you guys? Like,
We should read some of Ruby's Substack. Let me see if I can grab. Hey, how are you? I'm frozen. My headphones are broken, so you can. So can you reply on me on chat? Ethan Lewis. Hi. Let me see if we should read some of Ruby's Substack. Let me see if I can pull that up. It's content discussion. Okay, hold on. Let me see if we can. Because after this interview, we can read some of that. We can read some of her Substack. So Ruby, SpaceX, Substack. Yep, found it. Okay. I'm just gonna send it to myself. Let's see. I'll put it on YouTube. I'll put it on the YouTube chat, and then we can just go from there. Actually, no, I was listening to myself, and then I'll put it on YouTube. That would be actually some interesting articles. Actually, there's probably a couple of videos I can make out of it.
People say
Like if I put in the effort.
donation was. Did y'all see anything like that on your end, like in that Discord? Just bad.
Let me put it in the YouTube chat if anybody wants to give it a gander. Cause you can actually make quite a bit of money. I know of somebody, right? He makes quite a bit of money off of Substack. So if Ruby really wanted to, she can make money off of it.
Stretch goals also. The stretch
I put it in the chat if anybody wants to give it a read. I'll give it a read. I'll give it a quick read.
did these extended goals. Well, we reach our goal and we do a stretch goal. I'll go with her. We do this. I'll go to PetSmart. We do this. I'll pick up cans. Every time we reach stretch goal, where are they?
Yeah.
Where are
Becky
they?
needs to do some fucking stretching.
Yeah.
Look at her.
It's
she
like,
needs to
I'm-
get some movement in her.
And there's even conversations I have. It's like, Becky, it's not always about the money, though. It's not. And she used to get so mad at me over that. You know, I was, how I would say, you know, yes, you got mad because I was responding in chat to people that were asking questions. Well, that's what the donors for. That's what they have to pay to ask questions. But I don't do that. I don't do that.
Yeah.
Well,
But-
what about the? I
Go.
can't remember if we showed it yesterday, right? See, I don't know. I can't remember if we got to that one or not. About the boat. Was it about the boat that y'all were going?
We'll rock the boat, baby. Don't rock the boat, rock the boat, baby.
Yeah.
For the super chats, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
my thing was, what about those people that gave you $500? What are you going to
Yeah.
do for them?
Yep.
Yeah, it's
So you didn't get another 200 to make 700. So you're just not going to do nothing.
Yeah.
For the
And I
people.
even went the extra step and took the whole boating class to get my little certificate to be able to drive the boat on my own. I did all that. And I'm like, Becky, let's do this boat thing. Okay. And she would tell me okay, but she would never put it into the show.
yeah.
So
How much?
which
How
is
much?
something-
How much of your own
Right.
money did you put into that shit? About roughly.
Oh my gosh. Just from Queen Supreme, it was 700 and something. A little over seven. My attorney has it. It's like $762, $752.
Damn.
That's how much I put in. Yeah, from the first day of Target when I went and bought all that stuff, the pregnancy test and the vibrator, all that stuff. And I told Becky, she did offer me the first time, do you want half? I'm like, no, don't worry about it this time. I'll take care of it. That was like $90 right there. But going forward,
$90 shit.
and I know some people say, well, when you do that stuff, that's on you. No, when you are partners and you own half and half, you're
Let me
supposed to
see.
do
So
the
let's
other
pull
half.
that Ruby
You
stuff
do it
up.
together.
I mean, we're gonna end up reading a bunch of articles today if people really care enough. Slowly improve my my reading skill.
That's when they had that shit fucking.
There you
He paid them half
Yeah.
out. So
He
Open
regretted it
stream.
afterwards.
Local life so boring. It's so fake. It's like watching 2000 reality show, TV show. Yeah, it is, but it's like it is. I'm not gonna lie, it isn't. Why bother covering it? I've been doing it for so long that it's like it's how I got my channel started. So I have a little bit of like an attachment to it.
Here you go.
There's really not much that's happening. Either way, I usually come back to it. But in the meantime,
Get a better response.
what's gonna happen in the background because now I'm pulling up Ruby's Substack. No, never mind. I pulled the wrong thing up.
regrets at all.
Damn it.
Regrets about your time there. Anything outside of the money, right?
Wait a
Outside
second. Let me pull this Substack up.
of whatever happened over there.
Regret going against Kane and just taking her word for the whole uncle thing without even asking him 1st. I regret that because I feel so bad. Like I literally accused Kane, Boogie, and Rasov.
Hey, your mic is curvy loud over the. Yeah, I noticed that, Crazy Stew. I noticed that today. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it's just.
And now she's laughing.
I don't know if it's OBS. Hold on.
Or whether it's a truth or not, this kid he supports every show. Came in there and said his child passed away, and she's laughing about it.
Yeah.
That was the most disgusting thing.
no.
I couldn't believe it.
And then she wanted to deflect a fake Gemini, making her laugh. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
I
was
just
sick.
regret
thought you were
believing a lot
talking
of
about
things.
tadpole, not a human baby. I'm like, come
Yeah.
on, let's be real now.
That's my only regret is believing a lot of the bullshit that she spewed to me.
Yeah, I got you. Backer, you got any questions?
Let me see. I don't know why. I noticed
No,
that.
that's fine. No.
I don't know. I don't know if it's the output. I mean, I did accidentally drop this.
Damage that she's done.
Any better? I don't know if it's any better. I guess I gotta test it out more. I don't know if it's from. Okay, hold up. Yeah, it is. It is loud. It is very loud. Okay. Any better now? I'm lowering the gain just a little bit. on YouTube. This might really picks up on my voice like it was nothing. It could be something on my computer as well. I don't know what's been going on lately. Yeah. Okay, because it's 100. Let me lower this down just a little bit at 75. See if that makes it any better on the stream end.
Like walk on eggshells, like around her.
Oh,
Like,
hell no.
were you?
No,
No.
Not me.
Were you ever afraid
No.
that
Not
she was
me.
just gonna like fucking snap like one
No.
day and just like unleash some like
Better.
bullshit?
Yeah,
One day she
yeah.
We all know
texted
It's
she's
me.
something on the
crazy.
computer
Yeah,
end.
the one day she texted me after.
Is
she
loud
heard me, she's
relatively
like,
relatively
I
to
was
your
at work.
desktop
She's like,
audio.
Roxy, don't be afraid to
Okay,
answer my calls.
okay.
I was like, bitch.
Yeah, I
first
don't
of
know. I've been
all,
having
who the fuck
well,
is afraid of you?
Yeah.
Well, I know you're afraid to
to be
answer Teams
fair,
calls. I'm like, you're a woman. I can handle you.
to
I'm
be
not gonna sit
fair,
there with
this
you
is
and,
my
like, on the
first
phone
time
and
working
feel
with
like
the
oh my god,
XL mic and a whole
anybody who
setup.
team calls, you know, as long as
Now
you don't
too
need to
quiet.
feel
What the
whatever bugs
fuck?
in your
What the
stomach.
fuck?
I was like, bitch, you're
Hold
the
on, let
last
me
one
let me
person
just
I'll ever be afraid
tweak
to
it on
answer
the
my phone for.
output. Any better?
Yeah, fuck you, bro.
Seems like the volume low for both now. Okay, well that's on. Okay, that's on my end.
Yeah.
Well, that's
How
on.
the hell are we talking? That's what I want. She's got to prove that shit. She's got
Yeah.
the burden of proof is on you, bitch.
You know, she accused you last night of sending stuff to her or Uber or something to her
DoorDash,
house
yeah.
or some
She was
shit. DoorDash.
yeah,
What?
yeah. So she
Yeah.
said that at the end of y'all stream, Savage said she was gonna go IRL on her, do some shit
She did
IRL to her,
not.
and then she kept getting calls from a DoorDash. That's what she said on her stream yesterday.
I
Oh
never
my
said I
gosh.
was going to do that.
All right, so
No,
we're
you
gonna.
didn't.
Freaking liar.
I didn't hear it.
Yeah.
All right, we
But
can
I'm
keep
just-
it at
that's what she said.
75 on
So.
here.
We even left the mic on backstage, and we were like, "Holy shit! I cannot believe the support."
I don't
Like,
even
we
know
were even
anymore. I
talking
fucking hate
backstage, and she
computers.
never even said anything
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
That's
it's-
In the
insane.
meantime, let me get
Yeah,
this.
if you
That's
go-
Gemini calling her
Bitch.
phone,
Probably.
just so she. Yeah.
I don't even get DoorDash here.
Oh,
Yeah.
in the
DoorDash
country
here.
where
I
I'm
wish I got
at.
It's a
They
waste of
don't-
money.
I don't.
No, I don't
I
wish I
don't
got
get
DoorDash.
deliveries of UPS or a
Oh,
FedEx or
yeah,
something
yeah.
like that. I do not get pizzas. Nothing comes here, people.
But she-
Nothing.
She was trying to spin a narrative that this is the harassment and all that shit that you do or whatever. She's spinning that narrative to her audience. So if you want to go back
That's
and look,
disgusting.
yeah, that's what was happening. So
Yeah, she's using that because everybody thinks I'm a real lifer. I'm a real lifer. So now she's gonna grasp onto that bullshit. Get the fuck out of here, Becky.
yep,
Yeah.
Now what is that? That's slander.
that is slander.
I have yeah. Well, I can't talk about what I'm doing. You know, as far as
Slander.
what type of courts and stuff I'm going through, I cannot talk about
Yeah,
it.
don't
But,
don't talk about that.
so yeah, I can't. But just know that I promise every person that I told I am going forward, and it's not just small claims little case.
Well, no, because I mean, what's she like? What 5-6 grand? I think it is
Yeah.
something to that
yeah,
effect. Yeah,
it?
yeah.
yeah, and then
it's up there.
yeah, and then Sally like
And then
two and some change. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's-
on
I
top
think
of other
it's-
things.
Yeah, because that was just a super chat, what y'all
Yeah.
showed earlier of what
Yep.
the super chat breakdown of what I'm supposed
Yeah.
to get. That and I know that bitch got a ton of members.
oh yeah.
I know
Yep.
she got a ton of members while
Yep.
I was over there.
Well, one of the
Yeah.
things too is a lot of people, and I'm just gonna be flat out honest. A lot of people won't support a channel because they don't want a host that they hate to get money, even though they do like a host.
Okay, let me.
But y'all were getting a lot of
Mhm.
support from your people, and though they didn't like Becky because they wanted to support you guys. So y'all are definitely owed a lot of that because a lot of the donations and
Okay,
members and
so
shit
here
y'all were
we
getting
are.
were
So we
from
do
your own
have the
fan base.
article.
It's not from her.
No
And
thanks.
we-
I will
that
not be
do
logging
that
in.
still support Becky now. That tell her Becky, just pay them, do the right thing.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
support.
So we can read some of Ruby's articles. Hopefully it's perfectly fine. Actually, no, I'm not trying to do that. Can I do that? No. Okay, let's do X. Will this work better? But this works better. I have no fucking clue. All right, let me organize it. Jesus Christ, what's wrong with me? Oh my God, I'm so out of it. Hold up. Okay, it won't show anything. Okay. I am a professional. Here we are. Here we go. Some Ruby's article we can read. Oh God, hold up a second. All right. Alright, so here we are. So let's read some Ruby articles. So, truth kick streamers and rogue producers must like the reality TV. So this is probably Millennial, the failed social experiment. Turns of a millennial design. Interesting. It's a reflection of failure being a pathological, lazy millennial. Ruby, what kind of titles are these? Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, some of these are pretty cool. Let's read it. So, how long is this article? Is that low? The new unhinged, not here to influence, here to interrupt. So let's go through this. Bit of a critiquing of my, as a fellow millennial, right? Because me and Ruby are sort of in that like millennial gen, I think like in that time span. So it would be interesting to read something like this. Yeah. Let me see. So let's read this. I've been live streaming. So let's do this. So I've been live streaming for about a year now, and there's something I've noticed that's quite maddening. I grew up in the early 2000s with the dawn of reality TV show like The Survivor and The Osborne, Osborne, Reap Ozzy. I love watching how people behave in unusual situations, and the reality of it, the reality of it all was the appeal. As the popularity of reality TV grew because more competitive, more competitive to capture the audience attention, producers knew what sold and weren't inhabitable, but lots of red tapes or protection for constant, because that shit didn't exist at the time. Constantine also learned with what the audience wanted to see. Slowly but surely, the reality factor was chipped away to replace it with some kind of improv acting role. Mic volume really low. Okay, what the fuck is going on? All right, I know what it is. It's a gain on OBS. Jesus Christ. All right, give me a second. Let me filter. Gain. All right. Okay, that should be better now. Better, Damius. Let's read some of this shit. Because this is actually interesting. I know we see memes, right? I know we see memes here. Ruby, I'm gonna do a very long series of video where I go through and critique all your Substacks. I mean, it is true though. Like, well, I wouldn't say early 2000, but we saw a little bit of it in the 90s, right? We saw a little bit in the 90s and 2000 of reality or quote unquote reality TV, like the real world and stuff like that. I mean, also on top of that, in the 90s, we did see sort of a turn for what I would consider realism, but with a bit of absurdity, right? And you had a lot of shows, both reality and even animation, took this weirdness of realism, but also absurdism, right? Uh, Rocco Modern Life is probably a good example. Ren and Skippy, right? They were very absurd shows, but sort of grounded in reality. Well, not really grounded in reality, but you know what I mean, right? And so another show of similar nature where they were either absurd or they were realistic. At the same time, I think you did see other like animated shows that were more grounded in reality. I'm pretty sure like what's that one show with that one hippie girl that people she would be like viewed as insufferable, but like back in the 90s she was kind of applauded. Daria, I don't know how you fucking say her name. She was a good example. Mission Hill, people remember. So you had a lot of shows where they were absurd, but they were still trying to ground themselves, right? And I think it's due to like comics books, right? Comic books in the 90s took this weird turn of like extreme absurdity. Until you really get into things like The Watchmen and Spawn. But I think Watchmen is a good example of something that is absurd, yet a little bit of satire and also grounded heavily in reality, right? Dr. Manhattan is essentially like what if Superman just did not care, right? It's stuff like that. And I mean, yeah, it is true. As time went on, a lot of reality shows stopped being reality shows. They got chipped away. They became less and less real, and they kind of went into the whole, as Ruby would say, sort of with some kind of improv acting role, which is true. We did see a lot of that. But also, I think that that early 2000 era of realism was sort of a reflection of the time, right? Um, Especially I think in politics, right? Where now like America was a world power. Well, what was there left to do in the American culture sphere? Well, how about let's get real? Let's get real and dirty. Producers started guiding constant with a heavier hand in incorporating script moment while still selling itself as reality TV. Over time, it became something of an open secret that reality TV wasn't entirely real. When watching traditional TV and movie, there's no ambiguity over whether or not the characters on screen are acting. A reality TV got faker and faker. Sites like YouTube filled in the reality gap that people were left craving. Anyone with a laptop could upload a video sharing their live YouTube popular skyrocket. This is also true. At one point, vlogging on YouTube became the most watched thing for a while. I don't know if people remember this, but in the early 2010s, vlogging dominated YouTube. Vlogging became sort of this phenomenon that just, I don't know why, maybe Ruby should have brought that in, but like vlogging just was this, especially on YouTube, was sort of a novice thing. It was not novice, but it was very new, very revolutionary. Because rather than like, all right, paying a bunch of people or getting a bunch of crew and getting the equipment, well, what do you have? Well, you had a guy with a camera, and at the time, smartphones were becoming better and better in both video recording, and certain smartphones or certain, I believe Apple, right? Apple, I believe even certain smartphones had editing software embedded in them. I know Apple did, right? I know even now Apple still has video editing software and music software. And so if you had an iPhone at the time, and a lot of people who did it were vloggers. It's a very interesting thing when we think about it. Wait a second. You know. Sorry, I need to. In 2011, YouTube introduced live streaming feature, allowing creators to interact with their audience in real life. It was primarily used by gamers at first, but with time, more and more explore the media to share their life. That brings us to the current day, where IRL streaming is a massive industry, much like when the Osbourne opened their homes 2020 in 2002. We were back to feeling like we were witnessing and partaking in something real that was something experienced and watching a traditional movie or scripted TV. I believe IRL streaming became popular around the late 2010s into the early 2020. That's when live streaming, at least on YouTube, really blew up. Now on Twitch, and yeah, at the time, Justin TV or Twitch, there was IRL live streaming, but it wasn't like what we see now. It wasn't like the, I don't know how much money IRL live streaming makes, but if I was to guess, it at least had to be a multi-million-dollar industry now with IRL and just live streaming in general. But much like the reality TV in the early 2000s, people noticed what got attention and sought to cultivate those features in themselves. I got into IRL streaming about a year ago, and I know it's more and more what I call role producing. An example of this I know is a streamer who frequently gets in DV spat with his girlfriend. She's implying Darius and Xena. A rogue producer would invite the ex to a party knowing that the ex would be there with a new partner or something similar that would almost certainly blow up in an altercation. Every time they got into a fight, the number and money would skyrocket. It lubricated for their ludicrous for their, I don't know, for their colleagues and peers to cultivate these violent, out of control situations. Another example, I know a woman who was groomed. Oh my God! She's basically talking about Ben and Gray. She has endured several psychological and physical abuse broadcasting online for a couple years now. When people call the cop, they say it's a bed or a scripted moment. Yeah, but also I think what it is like rogue producers are the hero of IRL. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I mean that's the reason. Let's see what's going on. Okay, nothing. Well, there's a reason for that. If you want my opinion, I think the reason for that is why the birth of rogue producer became a thing was because people kind of got said, "What's up, bro? You were streaming, so your stream was on my recommended." Oh, thank you, Proto Blue. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for sticking around. Enjoy the trip. We're just reading some articles, and we're gonna probably go back to some local live stuff or cafe. We'll get back into it, but I think what Ruby said is true, and I think she, does it even better here. Do you see the problem here? The ambiguity or the lack of regulation to financial incentive makes the industry right for bad actor. Kick in particular has capitalized of high profile DV, including in the moral ambiguity of streaming culture. On YouTube, Keemstar has popularized this style of content, profiting off several mentally ill and desperate people without a lick of suspicion because people assume the show is scripted. It's scripted when it's convenient, it's real when it's convenient. Good morning, Spy. Hello, Sunny. How you doing? This is true, and I can see where Ruby's coming from, but at the same time, is like that's what people want. People want the mentally ill. People like I don't think we ever really moved on recovering fentanyl. I just realized that right now. Recovering fentanyl addict, crack addict essays are sharing too much for attention. Damn it, Ruby. But no, I know what she means. But at the same time, it's like, well, you also gotta blame the consumers. You can't simply just blame the producers. You gotta also look at the consumers, because well, people want that, whether people want to say it or not. I mean, am I any better? I think that's something when I started the YouTube stuff and as time went on and on and on, I started to ask myself, am I any better for covering modern day freak show? Yeah, it is essentially the modern day freak show. But at the same, unlike the modern day freak show where that was more due to physical things that you really couldn't control, this is something you could control. And I understand that lack of regulation, but like, how do you regulate it? How do you regulate something? But it makes for good drama, and the recent Boogie arc is keen. Yeah, but I think it's the truth that people don't care, right? I think people in their daily lives, right, when they want to relax, they just don't care about morality as much, right? I think when they're doing something and they're being active, that's when the morality kicks in. But when they're just wanting to relax and sit down and let their brain shut off, sort of the whole Roman bread and circus stuff, you know, you know, like what are you gonna do? Like, yeah, Kick had to capitalize it, but that's because people want it. And people are gonna seek that stuff, right? People are gonna go out of their way and seek for it. And then as people are seeking that stuff, well, people are gonna follow because oh, they're covering this stuff because it's a market that there's nobody who's capitalizing. Technically, all interaction is a performance in a way. Yeah, I can see with that. I would say that's true, but I think no, no, yeah, that's true. That's true. I don't know how to untangle personal from personality from persona. I personally try to be on F. I'm not gonna pronounce that. That's passable on my channel, but I know that not everyone go online. I not wait, I didn't read that right. But I know that not everyone go online, and that's okay. But much like we need to help deciphering deepfake from real image. I think we need to find more clarity around what is real, what is not in the online content creator curation as well. It's only going to get harder to know what's true and real in this world, whether or not we survive the epistemic crisis yet to be determined. If there is money to be made, someone will do it. Yeah. I mean, I know where she's coming from here. But I think that point of what's real and what isn't, I think that line has already been blurred to the point of no recovery. And at that point, what are you gonna do? Right? Like you can try to say like we could be better, we can do better, but end of the day, the average person, the average consumer doesn't care. Right? Right? The average consumer does not care about what's real and like I'm not saying that people don't crave realism. It is true. But at some point, it becomes so real that it starts to hit home. And once it starts hitting home in a certain way, and depending how you handle it, it can turn off people completely. Like, I'm not gonna lie, for a while, I didn't even cover Grace because it just kept hitting home harder and harder. But at some point, I realized it doesn't matter. Like whether or not her and Ben are being real or not. In the end of the day, there's a market that needs to be captured, and like a poor and like
He
an
was
idiot,
even Russ. I didn't even tell you.
like an idiot fool. Well, not an idiot, but as an opportunistic person, I decided to capture for myself. You know, you know, the things that are fakes are usually for entertainment. Is rarely to snake or steal money. That's the part of creating entertainment. Video has no value. Oh, that's my fault, Damien. Sorry.
Of your song. This is all that. Yeah,
Well-
Yeah, the
yeah,
Purge
it's the
song, yeah.
Purge. When it says for 24 hours, something about
Yeah.
Dead air. Sorry. I had a moment. I was talking.
Yeah.
Someone
I'll send it
texted
to
me and I
you.
need to answer real
But I'm like,
fast.
dude, she plays it.
But no, that's what I
She
mean.
plays
See,
it
that's what I'm trying to come across. Like, when does a spud is lip reading he will trans? Like, no. No, I was answering a text from an old friend of mine. I haven't talked to in a long time. Enough of about my personal life.
Yeah.
In the beginning.
Why did she
That
want
riles
a
me out.
cut of your
Well-
channel? If she wanted the
And I get like
over
as
there?
we're watching this
She didn't
locale
want Savage
stuff.
to think, okay, yeah, she
Actually,
didn't
hold
want
up.
Savage.
Like as we're watching this locale stuff, I ask myself, what is real and what isn't real? And at some point, even if it comes stupid or cringe, I think you have to accept that they are impromping. And maybe for our own sanity, it's better to accept it, right? That like almost like the Plato cave, right? Allegory, right? You know, I guess that's a good example of how we can view the internet, like the Plato cave. I guess truly we never really passed from the ancient days when you think about it that way. But I think that's just how things are. I feel like even myself, right? When I'm doing my daily stuff, when I'm doing my normie shit, I don't want to deal. When I watch people, even if it's fake, I just roll with it because at some point you just have to accept that some things are not meant to be real, and that's for the best. Or if they are real, it's better to not know how real it can get, right? Right? And maybe that's where the uncanny feeling comes from. It's so real that it becomes unreal. Like watching the Dorp stuff, it's so uncanny that you don't think it's real, but it is very much real. That's my
Someone in
opinion.
chat earlier said she was down to like 126 viewers.
She used to laugh at Savage. Oh, look at you not make. I mean, Savage. Look at you making your little couple dollars on your show with your 3 viewers, bitch.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah, with your little 3 viewers watching.
What'd y'all have,
Uh,
like 600 fucking yesterday? Or some shit like
Yeah, we
that?
have like
Pretty
600.
good.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
We did good.
That is amazing.
So
Better
Alright.
than what she's doing.
When I do the fuck it up Fridays over there with the other girls, we do between 250, 350. Sometimes it hits
Yeah.
4.
Hell yeah.
But I mean,
That's all you need.
Their lives are real. Said
Yeah.
there's a
Yeah.
great deal of improv.
Savage pays
Their
them.
lives are real.
She pays them. Just to let you know.
Oh
She
yeah.
does.
True.
So
True.
No, you
that's not
two
loyal
are
people, Becky.
respectable.
Just saying, that's loyal people that's
Yeah.
coming over there. It might be a little small number, but it's loyal folks.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Yep.
Loyalty is something that goes far, and people don't realize that.
yeah.
She'll
You
never
know.
have that.
Nope. Well, she has one, and I still don't
Let
understand.
me read. It said, "You don't think Roxy is fighting for those super chats? I think she is. I think she is. I mean, yeah, I guess so. I guess that everything is real to some level, right? There has to be a real level of realism that you have to work off of. If you're working off something that's completely fake, than just be willing to accept that it is fake and everything comes like wrestling. You know, how much of wrestling in and itself is fake and how much of it is real. I think we use wrestling as a good example of online creation, which is very funny to think about.
She was
Yes,
embarrassed.
exactly.
That had nothing
I
to
was
do with
long
y'all.
gone out of there after that happened. Yeah, she fired me and everything.
Yeah,
and all that
like
shit happened. Fuck
she's a
you, with that
fucking
shit.
She did
idiot,
that to
bro.
herself. We had nothing to do
Yes.
with that. Didn't nobody
Yeah.
tell you take a whole week off and go
Yeah.
crawl and hide your head in the
Yeah.
sand?
Yeah, I
And freaking
don't.
start trauma dumping and doing all that shit, sewer sliding, keep baiting, and
Yeah.
all that
Yeah,
shit.
What do you
It's
think the
crazy.
judge will say about this on my phone?
Yeah.
It's like, you're trying to make me do this to myself. The hell
She was
I
saying that
am
to
doing-
y'all. She was saying that to y'all.
Yes, a Savage. Yes, she has it on the text.
Bruh.
Telling Savage that she wants her to do that.
Holy shit.
listen, I'm gonna read it.
Brutal for
She
Seth.
fucking spin it that way. Like, girl, that's your choice. That's all on you.
Ain't got nothing to do with me,
The
bro.
judge. What kind of judge is gonna he's gonna be like, woman, what is wrong with you? You're telling an ex-employee this, and all
Yeah.
she wants is her money for getting
Yeah.
work.
Yeah. That,
All she wants is to
said-
get fucking paid.
This was that Saturday night, July 26th.
Let me
Saturday,
see. So you think, yeah, so I literally didn't care about the LCL until right now. Wrestling is a great example. I mean, if I mic off? No. Okay, no, I'm just being stupid. It is a great example. Wrestling is a great example of the fake, some of it, right? I think people have to accept that. But I think also people who are wanting realism in their online creation, I don't know. I feel like there's no need for that. I feel like there is no. I don't know. It's like when you try to apply morality to everything and it just comes off as like really bad and really cringy. At some point, you have to accept that not everything needs to be exactly like you need some basis off of it, but not anything like major, I guess. And wrestling is a great example of like it's so fake that it comes off real. Sometimes it is better, right? Maybe it is kind of better to fake it. Keem and PPP understand the wrestling idea. They really do. I think it would be amazing for a PPP or I mean Kino Casino and Locale crossover, the wrestling world. Yeah, they do.
My sister had enough of
Wow.
it. Yeah.
He's a
So.
piece of fucking shit. Wasn't
Yeah.
he
It's
also
crazy.
like kicking he was kicking you out and anybody talking about you or like the LCU like out of his stream, like they were timing people out of his chat
Yeah,
the
booted
one
Savage
day.
right off this panel and everything, as Becky said. That's
And
crazy.
then he was saying that like we were fucking
Love it.
scared.
Yeah.
Didn't
Wait,
she
what?
boot Keem? Didn't she have Keem booted too?
I
Off
think so.
Gemini's
Yeah,
main
Yeah.
she
channel?
did. Yeah.
Off
She
yeah, I
went.
thought so.
She come in raging on her hooves that night.
Oh, yeah.
God,
That was rough. That was right after she fucking did the cafe thing. That was right after that, bro.
It's right
And then
after
Big
that.
Gemini
Right on
went
them
live. Yep.
hooves.
That shit was rough. That was so fucking bad.
Stomping,
Big
man.
hoods.
Managing personalities, creating drama, identifying the hero and villain. I mean, you could even say that in reality. I mean, like the average person, right? The average person does not want to be bogged down constantly. The average person has to deal with it. I mean, especially in the modern age, right, where we have a lot of free time. I guess I'm done for now. I guess we can read more of Ruby's article. I mean, let me get the right stuff for it. There we go. We can read more of Ruby article. Ruby, most of this stream is about you. Be happy. I'm joking. Please forgive me, Ruby. I love you. But yeah, I think for the most part, most people, right? I think for the most part, people kind of have to accept that, right? I think you have to sort of accept that, you know, how can I say this? I think you have to accept that people do not want to get bogged down, right? When people come out of work, say, I'd rather read a Ruby article than look at Batgirl. Batgirl's pretty cute. Millennial, the failed experiment. The turn of millennial, dissolve as gender role, the loss of God, the internet, and now AI, super intelligent. What could go wrong? A lot of things. A lot of things can go wrong, but that's my pessimistic side kicking in. I often think about how fitting it is oh my god. I often think about how fitting it is that the internet arrived right at the turn of the new millennium. Y2K is just an aesthetic makes sense. Let's see, let me highlight it. Bad girl Tara. I like her. She's pretty cute. I don't know, I've never had a bad thing. Have I ever said anything bad about Batgirl? I probably did, but it was more of criticism. 4 out of 10. Said it just aesthetically makes sense. For the first time in human history, the woman had full rights and autonomy. Men were left in confused space at pop. Feminists fixed her on toxic masculinity and revealing their newfound power. Birth control was easier to access than ever. These are monumental change in how our species function. Did not read that right. Interact and procreate. As constrained as general were, I don't think we anticipated how daunting it would be to carve out an entirely new role. The new 80s movement decline in religion of... What do you mean people don't want to be bogged down? People don't want... What I mean by that is... People don't want to be bogged down with... I don't know how to say this. And I feel like I said it wrong. I don't think bogged down was the right word. Actually, thinking about it now, I don't think that whole sentence made sense now. But I mean bogged down is when people want something, they just want to watch it. They don't care about the complexity of morality. They don't want nuance. They don't want... In reality, you can say that people wanted reality TV. But in truth, people wanted something that was real, but still fake. At least... like wolf in sheep basically like wolf in sheep clothing. Like we were willing to accept the wolf in sheep clothing to keep us distracted. Oh yes, that makes sense. There you go. Right, we were willing to, I mean, not exactly wolf, like not in a bad way, right? Maybe our attempt to create realism and trying to make money must have caused some type of like a global mental backlash. I don't know. The new atheist movement decline in religious affiliation, let many lacking imperfect meaning and structure. Regardless of what is true, religion has always played a critical role in mass social cohesion and asserting they just want to relax and not care. Yeah. It's why, and I don't have anything against people who do this because I do it myself. It's not entirely wrong in a sense to try to critique things in a moral lens, but the problem is you slowly become crazy. And when do you just finally accept, let me just cover this for the fun of it and not try to apply too much of morality and just go with it? People don't want to be constantly hit with heavy topic, assuming ourselves to that. Yeah. Well, it's not like people don't want to. I think what it is that every so often heavy topics are necessary. I mean, like even like something simple as kids' cartoons cover heavy topics. We're back. I gotta use the bathroom. Let's play some D-Dog stream. I'm gonna be right back. Let me go use the bathroom. Let's play some D-Dog stream. D-Dog!
Somewhere real important to be at fucking 10 o'clock at night. Are we live? Oh, we're not even live, are we? Well, if we're live, I don't know. Alright, I'm gonna have to pull over. It didn't work. Why? How did it not work? Alright, let's park right here. Let me take a look. Parked in a random neighborhood. Yo, okay, it does work. It does work. Cool. Am I on multi, guys? Yo, Montero, what's up, Montero? I saw you yesterday, man. You did look good, Montero. You did look good. I'll give you that, man. You did look good. Finally. I thought I wasn't live. It wasn't working or something, but... Okay, now I'm going to have to turn around. Because I just had pulled over in this neighborhood. But, alright, let me get to my destination, then I'll read chats. I'll turn around here. I'm glad, though. I'm glad it's working. Perfect. Am I live on YouTube and Kick? I should be live on multi-platform right now. Multi-live on YouTube and Kick. We got Restream and we got IRL Pro. We paid $20. It was Restream was $20. So what do you need to really stream these?
I know. I just need to play something in the background and D-Dog stream. I hope he D-Dog, please don't strike me. It's a please don't strike me, D-Dog. I'll give you $5 on Cash App. Please don't strike me, D-Dog. Please. No. I told D-Dog that I wanted to, maybe I told D-Dog that I watch his streams. I've been, for the most part, they've been really relaxing, especially when I'm doing stuff, right? Let's get back to the Ruby article. We just need something to fill in the dead air. Okay. Alright. Now, I do agree that religion does play a major role, no matter what, but I think also... Sorry, my mic is up. There it is. But also, what occurred during the rise of the new atheist movement, or what do they also call it, the new atheist movement, or atheism 2.0? There was like a lot of names that emerged in like the late 2000, early 2010. When they emerged, they didn't realize they definitely didn't everybody. Oh my god. Well, to be fair, I had my volume down. That was on me. But I mean, it is true. Like, due to, and I guess like the decline of religiosity is sort of, I think for a lot of people maybe a bit of a mystery, depending, right? And I think it was more impactful in America due to like sort of a bit of decline of American evangelical Protestantism. It's locked in my sternum, up my heart, undigested light, and temp tightly in your encrusted rose. Postmodern. Yeah, we do live in a postmodern world. That is true. I would say that we do deeply live in a postmodern world. But how postmodern can we get? That's the real question. I've been reading a lot of Carlo Jung, trying to conquer my pathological by embracing the collective unconscious, embracing the uncertainty, ambiguity. I don't know how you can embrace the... Okay, that's an interesting take. How can you embrace the collective unconscious? Embracing the uncertainty and ambiguity, and I used to pride myself on being empirical. Insert empiricist. Insert Stefan Molyneux. Person. She read really interesting. So I guess me and Ruby come from the same cloth in a weird way. Ruby thinks she's a poet. Yeah, she's. I mean, she's an artistic lady. Which is something you have to give credit. She's always been really ingrained within the art, which I can respect. I can deeply respect that. To be, to embrace the art, to embrace that. I think it's something you need to have passion for, right? I feel like to be an artist, you need to have passion. You need to understand love and hate. You need to understand success and failure. Women want to embrace the chaos and expect to be rewarded. Well, that's what humanity is out there. That's not an argument. That's not an argument. Oh my god, Damius. Damn it, Damius. Jesus Christ. How many of y'all are... Okay, one of these days I need to do a poll. How many of y'all were from this? How many of y'all want Stefan Molyneux? If all of you guys come from like that weird circle of like libertarianism, liberalism, we probably all need Jesus. I think we all need Jesus. That's not an argument. That's not an argument that Damien said. I used to pride myself. Yeah, okay. I always had a complex about being able to articulate and justify my belief. I was obnoxious, militant, vegan, atheist, anarcho, feminist for so much of my teens and 20. I loved to debate, and I was obsessed with knowing what is true, what is correct. I was an anxious kid, so I spent a lot of time alone reading and writing, debating myself in my own mind. But eventually, you hit an axiom, and it's just never really satisfied. My current thoughts are the humans that can't access the ultimate truth. The is certainly in the logic of physics and math, and with the quantum entanglement. That is what? Low. I watched him earlier on. I am a libertarian. I love Jesus. I'm also what the fuck? How many of y'all? God damn it. Well, it's good to know that most of my audience at one point knew about Stefan Molyneux. That is old. That Ruby, you made me feel old. I feel old. I feel old that I know that. You know. That's, you know. You know. You know. How old are you, Spot? I am 28. I am 28. That's how old I am. I see. If I remember, one of y'all can correct me. Stefan Molyneux said first bus stream I ever been to. By the way, happy to be here. Thank you, Armin. Thank you. That means a lot. I've been kind of busy. Holy shit! That's just lots of sub. YouTube hates me. YouTube won't get YouTube. As I cry out into the void. Oh shit. As I cry out to the void to YouTube. Stop taking my people! Fuck off. Said, yeah. See, I believe Stefan Molyneux first appeared in the early 2000s. I know he was around before. I know Stefan Molyneux was around before the 2000. And I know, if I remember, I think Stefan Molyneux is Canadian. So he's been around forever. But I think he more or less like went away around the mid 2010s. Right before the 66 subscriber. Yeah, YouTube won't let me pass that. But eventually you hit an axiom. It's funny because I'm also the same way with Ruby about like in my own head. Let me see. Let's see what even though I hate debating, it's funny because like the difference is I hate debating a lot because I don't find debate to be useful. So, and what's one of the things she said? I always had a complex about being able to articulate and justify my belief. I guess so. I was anxious kid, so I spent a lot of time. So yeah, I wouldn't call myself anxious, but I did. I'm out. Oh no. But I did. In terms of, I didn't really read and write until I got older. But I was more of an artist person. I used to draw a lot as a way to fill in my times. That's what I used to do. Like I would spend like debating is useless. Debating is very useless. Debating has always. I think debating nowadays is very. Oh, this girl. The quantum entanglement. What does he mean? What does he mean about quantum entanglement? Ruby, answer this question. I don't know if my experience with God and spirituality are just manifesting of mental illness. I almost don't even care. I believe it's beneficial to carry on with prayer, hope, and faith. You need faith, blood, and steel. That is the only way we'll carve a future for ourselves. If you want to carve for a future, have faith in yourself, have faith in God, and have faith in the people. Blood is requirement. It is the oldest sacrifice. No matter at what time, no matter at what period, blood will always be the number one sacrifice, right? To give oneself blood to your people, to your God, to your nation, blood will always be the most highest level of currency. No currency can ever outmatch blood, the blood of your own sacrifice. And steel to conquer your opposition. Steel of I don't know what I'm going with this. Ruby talking about her favorite topic. Ruby, she's making throwing random words using quantum. You know what, Damien? I think you're wrong. You know what? I'm in a quantum entanglement. in myself. I too, in the quantum entanglement, I have superseded the world. I've superseded everything. I said the winding web of time, strings of fate that corrects everything, but it's complicated. It doesn't move in dimension or that Damius. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter. I feel like people who worry about higher dimension don't understand. Like, it doesn't matter. You can be a higher dimension and you're still bound to the physical world. No matter what, humans are always still bound to the physical world. We are creatures that, no matter how much we look to the world of ideas, the metaphysics, right? No matter what, we are always still grounded, right? Whether it is God, whether or not the metaphysics, I firmly believe when I was reading Aristotle's metaphysics that I fully grasped that in the end, ideas are what truly dictate the course of the world, right? Ideas are the true shapes of the world. They are what erodes or create people, right? Yet, as people, we're always bound to the ideas. No matter how much we try, no matter how much we do, we can never pass that realm. Maybe it's due to our fallen state, maybe it's due to something else, or maybe it's so complex and convoluted that maybe it's better to not understand it. A part of me really wonders, like, would life be better to be a peasant born in the Middle Ages? You may not have technology, you may not have you may not have medications, but like you work, you have a chore to do, you have an obligation to your community. You're at least protected, right? You're at least guaranteed something. It may not be the best, but I ask that question every single day. Would it be better to be a peasant in the Middle Ages than to be a millennial or zoomer in the current age? Yeah, medication is great, technology is great, but you deal with existential crisis that people never really needed to deal with. I feel like something we have to understand is existential crisis are really something only found within like rich middle class people. I'm not saying you didn't find it in the average person, but it wasn't a concern. Because your concern was to live, your concern was to find food or harvest the food or harvest the animal. Your concern in the days of old, right, pre-industrial society, was of your survival of your village and of your family. Let me see. Spud, these are deep issues. It doesn't even work as an analyst. Spud, these are very deep issues. I appreciate the intellectual conversation. Thank you. That's not higher dimension, just nature not visible to ape who can't even fathom distance more than a mile or so. Yeah, I guess so. I guess that's a fair point. Maybe there isn't dimensions. Maybe like the fourth, fifth dimension don't truly exist in the way we want them to exist. And they're just these abstract ideas that we use to explain away the world. I guess in a way that we never really went past. I guess in an interesting dynamic, we never really passed that point. I guess. So she doesn't really believe in God, so that's why she brings things like quantum. No, I think Ruby believes in God. I think she believes in God in a very Protestant way. I don't know how to explain it. Or no, if not Protestant, in a very Jungian way, very Carlo Jung way. I may die to know it's not better to be a peasant. If you want to do chores in the modern age, you can do it now. True. I see that point, Damien. It's way better now. We got Bacon King. Oh yeah, we got Bacon. If you speak community, there are plenty of people working towards a common goal, like the Free State Project. Free State Project sounds like a no, Damien. I wish Ben Thor would provide more intellectual content like he used to. Yeah, but the problem with Ben is that he would start to derail into like sexual topics that like no one really cares. Right? It said I don't see communities that's my problem. I don't like most people I meet. I mean that's fair. I guess you can say that. And I think what Damien saying, yeah, like it is true what you're saying, Damien, but what I was applying was more of the community of the people around you. But I guess you can still seek that if you want. But I guess because people I guess it's sort of a tribalism way. And I think that's something we need to understand, that people never moved away from tribalism. It only just got more advanced and more complicated. Like we truly never did advance from tribalism because like we see that nowadays, right? You got the tribes of furries, you got the tribe of animes, you got the tribe of content, you got different tribe that like kind of blend into each other, but they're still distinct. So in a way, we never really left the tribalistic mindset of our past. If anything, I think the tribalism has only intensified now, and we're seeing it in its full complexity. Or maybe I'm just crazy. So I don't see community that says, Sonny, I relate to that. It's not very healthy to be that way. We were raised that way. People are just too lazy to seek what they want. That's true. That's also true. Laziness is, I mean, sloth. Well, I don't think it's laziness. B, change from a physical violence to a mental violence via manipulation, like sir. We change from physical violence. Yeah, mental warfare had. I mean, it's why I don't even think like maybe it's a hot take, but that's why I think that like what is it, psychological warfare doesn't need to be putting in that much money, because in the end of the day, psychological warfare could be done just by people being people. People are making wise own intent. Those are people that want their initiative. They make the world they want to live in. True. I mean, that's what I mean. That's what I said before. If you want something, you have to carve it out. It's through faith, blood, and steel is how you carve the world. You can't carve the world without having some faith, whether it's in yourself or God. You can't sacrifice. The first true sacrifice, I think, in human history was blood. Right? The blood of a person, the blood of the innocent, what's always the first sacrifice in human history, right? So if you want something, you need to be willing to give up, and blood is usually like the go-to thing, And steel can just mean anything, whether it's the pen, whether it's the microphone, whether it's the blade. You cannot, and not necessarily steel. I only use steel because it sounds cool, right? Faith, blood, and steel. Sounds like a really cool metal song. Okay, well, oh god. Let's get back into this. Whole faith that something said, I almost don't even care. I believe it's benefits to carry on with prayer, hope, and faith that is something bigger. I agree. I shall agree to this one, Rudy. I just didn't get into it until I had an extreme spiritual experience while I was withdrawing from fentanyl DIY on a friend account. I feel bad for her. And that makes me actually sad. People are amazed. I think it's proof you don't really need what they say. I guess so. Amazing millennial said, amazing millennial or Asian. It looks very different than the lives of our parents and grandparents. A lot of us have super tattoo. We don't have careers. We have gigs. We don't own. We rent. We don't have family or houses. We shoulder the shame and lack of explanation why our lives went so differently. Yeah, that's fair. Let's get lucky. But I guess like luck plays a bigger role in our life, even if you really can't measure luck. It is something that does exist. Or that's me being crazy. And a lack of explanation why our life went so differently. There's something for a historian to explain, and I have my idea that I laid out earlier. A lot of people have become so strained, internet poisoning, irony poisoning, sincerity, aversion, isolation. People feel hopeless. It took a miracle for me to find hope, but I think there is a secular way. I'm not denying there isn't a secular way, but people are not innately secular. We are not a secular creatures. People are theocrats through and through. We live by ideas. We live through faith. There is no such. I truly don't believe in secularism. It's just a term we use, right? And when I mean secularism, I'm not talking about secularism in a political sense. That's very different. What I mean secularism is that you can't separate ideas and people. People are driven by ideas, and those ideas give us faith. And that faith is what drives people to accomplish things that are beyond ourselves, right? People are innately theocratic. I truly believe that our first government to ever be created in human history was a theocracy. And whether that was, there's some type of weird religion that really existed, or some type of something completely different, humans were driven by that theocracy, that theocratic nature. They worked hard, nepotism, being raised with particular skills in a particular time in a particular place. Yep, essentially being born at the right time, right place, at the right moment. That's it. I think you can say that happens at least once a generation. You can say that happens in once of a generation. Identify your highest value and live by relentlessness. Live with honor and integrity in all things you do. Be honest. In the end, it's relationship that matters the most. I said, love and trust are my highest value, my northern star. Once I let go of my need to pursue others, I let my heart and my curiosity lead. I don't know where they are taking me, but I try to savor the positive moment. All the privilege and blessing I have in my life, sure, it's brutal starting life from scratch, basically in mid 30s, but there's many worse conditions I could have been born into. It was something that visited Earth and that inspired the theocracy. Yeah, that's fair. Or it could have been something much more. In the end, we'll never really know the answer. And maybe, no matter how much we try, maybe it's better to leave it for somebody else. I don't know. I feel like our pursuit, right? Our pursuit of that may, it's, I don't know if it's worth it. So that being introduced some technology, then flood the earth, and said that would come back. True. Yeah, it is tough, and I understand where Ruby's coming from when she's saying she's starting scratch in her mid 30s. Truthfully, I know a lot of people who had to start life all over again in their 20s, and it was brutal for them. But your 30s is rough because you're at a major disadvantage. Although I have hope that I can make a happier life for myself, I don't have much hope for the species. We were already cooked by the internet and social media. We're no match for AI, even if it doesn't go evil and kill us all. We may just die from the convenience and stars and state of descent, despair. It's just an odd time to be alive. Actually, I think it's always an odd time to be alive. The fact that I or you exist at all, it's just insurance. The anarchy. No, junk! Stop! Before TK pops in. Talking about aliens? I mean, I don't think we're cooked. As much as I do believe that we are at a decline, right? Our society is at a decline. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, just rather stop being fatty. As much as we are in a decline, I don't think our society is cooked. I think in the end, we're not screwed, but we are going to suffer, and that's just how human nature is. I think there's nothing you can do about that. We are screwed beyond belief, and I think the best you can do is, save the ones you care for. Be close to the ones that the leftover women are cooked. God, Sunny. But I do mean that. I do genuinely do believe that I don't think we are cooked. I think that a good portion of society is sort of cooked, but I think there's still a sense of survival. Humans are born to survive. We are born to conquer. We are born to overcome the odds. It's only really in the last 200 years that humanity was able to conquer nature as a force. I mean, you could even say that during the birth of Western civilization, with the rise of Christianity, Catholicism, and other factors, right? The revisation of ancient Greek texts, Roman texts, and so on, that it was through that we were able to go from a whatever society to a Faustian mindset, that we were able to conquer nature. The black pill is self-fulfilling. Yeah, black pill is self-fulfilling, but you can't. And the reason I think that, like, I understand the black pill mindset, yet in the end of the day, you can't submit to it. It is a dumb thing to submit to black pilling, because our ancestors whether they had a choice or not, still fought on. The people who went through the Black Plague still fought on, even when things were against them. The people who went through the fall of Rome or the fall of the Bronze Age civilization, which, like, we should think about it, like, it would be, you know, you know, you know. And that's how I see it. Like our civilization, our people, our species survive and they live and their life sucked. Life does suck, but like life was never to, I don't know, because I feel like life isn't meant to be good or bad. Life is meant to be something much more to experience. Whether it's good or bad is a different question, but it's still important. Actually, when I think about it now, maybe it's a lot more important than we think it is. But I think like you have to proceed. You got to persevere against the overwhelming odds that are there to decimate you from the face of the earth. But to overcome it, to even against the odds, even in the face of whether it's God, nature, state, it is in our innate code and our genetic to overcome it. To be black pill makes sense, but to fully submit into it, to fully let it conquer your life, then what do you have to live? You know, maybe as I said earlier, maybe Damien would still disagree with me, but I'm still gonna say it because it's funny. Maybe it was better to be a peasant. Maybe because the odds were so stacked against you that you kept pushing, you kept living. I don't know. Stream for a good hour and a half. Wasn't really planning to stream because I got some things to do. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk. I will be having a panel stream around 5-6 o'clock, so be around. Till then, ladies and gentlemen, as always, God bless. Till next time. And don't worry, we'll read more of Ruby articles. Don't you worry. Good stuff, Spud. Thank you.